Hey.
Hi.
We're just talking to our friends, don't worry.
I'm Carlie. I use they, them pronouns.
Hi, I'm Shelby. I use she, her pronouns.
This is our FlossTube.
We're back again.
We have a WIP parade as well as some finishes to share. And Reba's here too. And she's having a lot of feelings today, but that's okay. That's allowed.
I accidentally trained her to hate when I'm on virtual meetings, and I think she thinks this is one of them.
Shelby has some FFOs to kick us off with.
Yes. Yeah, it's going to be like a WIP parade, but also I don't have that many WIPs, so I want to show other stuff because, yeah. But, we're going to call it a WIP parade because it's that time of year, apparently. I'm learning a lot, but I really just immersed myself. Oh, yeah, we're, into cross-stitch and stuff. That's what we said. Did we say that?
Yeah, it's FlossTube.
I know, but some people don't know.
That means we're obsessed with cross-stitch. How would you define it?
I would say we're really into it, right? It's my current, hyper-focus and, main special interest is cross-stitch this spring. And we'll see, probably for a while. So a couple of finished objects that I showed last time I framed with my first foray into framing. These are very small pieces, but here's this one. This one I don't think has a name, but it's by Beast or God. It's was on their Patreon. Very fun scorpion that I made purple, and so I framed this with a frame. These are both just frames from Home Goods, and I practiced some lacing and watched some tutorials, but didn't use foam core. I used cardboard. Don't tell anyone. I know you're not supposed to do that because it's not acid free or whatever, but these are small pieces, and I'm not going to tell anyone except I told everyone. And then this is this floral hen by Nath Nolu that I stitched and I framed, and this was for my mom for Mother's Day, and I'm going to mail it soon. She knows about it and she's seen it and loves it, but I just didn't put it. I have to go to the post office, so sorry, Mom. This is Resistance Sampler by I think she's Weekend Threads on Instagram, which I think is the same on Etsy, so I got this on Etsy, but I'll put it in the description. It's a really cool Tetris and Palestinian flag inspired small sampler, and it's just, I have it on some oatmeal Aida. I haven't figured out what I'm gonna do with this yet, but I think it would be a cool patch to stick on a hat. It's originally one of the examples that she had, the model she has is on a hat.
Oh, cool.
But I also, think it would be cool just to turn into a little patch or a little not an ornament, but just something to hang on somewhere in my house or somewhere. So yeah. I don't have a current WIP that's a Tetris WIP, but I would like to pick one out soon because I like to have that in the rotation. I know, I think crafting can sometimes be sort of escapist, and I know, at least for me, and so I think it's important to have some sort of project that's tied to what's going on in the world. Yeah, I really liked this one. It was just so fun to stitch and really nice to finish something.
The little watermelons are just
I love the watermelons. Yeah, it's really
good.
Yeah, and then there's other motifs from the flag, and then these are I think sort of a coffee bean motif.
Nice.
So those are all my finishes since last time. You want to do yours?
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
This is the Cricut Collection's The Master and the Macabre. And I stitched this on 36 count bramble with sort of the called for and some substitutions. And I finished it.
It's wild.
Oh my god.
I love the weird, creepy roof.
It's just the little melty guy.
Yeah, it's just melted candy zombie goo.
Yeah, I used a DMC variegated multicolor guy for that. There's a lot of little back stitchings in here, and I'm realizing I might have forgotten to do one. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's Edgar Allan Poe as a moon.
Made me laugh so much.
Yeah, Shelby really enjoyed that. But this was really fun. I love like a pattern that has like a lot of block stitching, but also like little detail pieces and some backstitch. Prairie Schooler is often good for that. I really enjoyed this fabric. I've never stitched on Seraphim before, but this color and just the quality of the linen in general, phenomenal. I actually do have 2 fully finishes. I'll insert the video. I made 2 bags for my friends whose birthdays are this summer, and I saw them last weekend. I had just stitched Good Luck Babe onto pieces of 36 count linen and turned them into bags. I'm learning how to make project bags, and which you'll see soon. You will see so many. And I also made these little bags, so I think this will be like fun for gifts. We talked about like collabing, like if you stitch something, I'll turn it into a bag.
Watch this space.
Watch this space for more finishes like that. One friend is gonna put like cords in it while they're traveling. The other friend said they're going to put either COVID tests or their collection of Muji pens. So all the fabric, all the materials are like upcycled. So the fabric is from the yarn shop where I work at has like a free fiber library, and there was like a big fabric donation once, and I took a lot of fabric from that. And then the zippers are from there's a few different like craft reuse or craft thrift stores where we live, so I got a lot of zippers from there. The one thing that is not like thrifted is like the interfacing, or it's just cotton batting. It's like organic cotton batting. I know there's a lot of different like things you can use, and I didn't want to use foam, and I didn't want to use polyfill, or like I wanted to use cotton. So that's the only thing, but everything else is thrifted, which is cool. Okay, this is a surprise. A surprise. I thought about doing like showing it on the FlossTube too for the first time as a surprise, but I did it for a very specific event. This was a secret stitch. And
it has a name?
Yeah.
That's so cute.
Yeah, it was a secret because I didn't tell anyone about it. And I haven't seen anyone stitching this, and I'm so surprised.
This is my favorite thing.
It's so cool. So this is Victoria's Heart by, I always want to call it Abelard and Heloise, but it's Arbogast and Conrad.
Watch out with that chart you're flashing on screen.
It's fine. Thank you.
I was told that's not allowed.
So well.
I was told it's really not allowed.
Anyway, this is it, and it's charted all, I believe it's all Gentle Arts, and I was not going to do that. So I did the DMC conversion, but also was like, I didn't feel like it matched up as well as I wanted, so I just like looked at the different colors and pulled from the cajillion purples and pinks and reds that I ordered, and just did what matched. And then I had a couple of fancy flosses that I mixed in and like combined with some of them, and
show them.
I'm gonna get
Sorry, it's just so beautiful. It's like,
and this is it. So this is on 32 count linen. Yeah, we'll do like a. This was so much fun. So the border, the reds, I did like a fade. So it starts with like a dark or the lighter red at the top, and then as you go down the sides and into the other corner, it gets darker. I did some fades with the baskets. There's some initials on here that are eyelets, which was really fun. And because I'm in this bag making thing, I was like, oh my god, I can do a wall hanging. So I did like, I didn't line it in the middle because I ran out of interfacing, but I do have this like, this was probably a little needlessly complicated. I was figuring it out as I went, but it's going to be a wall hanging.
We're looking for a dowel.
I made this for Reba's adoption anniversary.
Gotcha day.
Her gotcha day, yes. It's her second. Yeah. And it's been kind of a tough year, so I wanted to do something special. I charted some words from a book that we saw at my cousin's house. Her son's book, and it was like a book about like parents and children loving each other.
It's a very cute children's book.
It was really cute, and we were trying to read it to him, but I was starting to choke up, so I was like, Shelby, do you want to finish it? And she was crying, so we couldn't finish reading
crying read to a child because we were thinking about a dog, and that's allowed.
This line is from the book, and it says, I am your water wings, you are my deep. I am your open arms, you are my running leap. And so I chose that line because at around the time that I was working on this, Reba had started physical therapy, which involves what is it? I keep calling
it's a water treadmill.
A water treadmill. I keep calling it a dunk tank. And so I was like, oh, wow. And then she... also, while I was stitching this, she started running again.
She started walking and running.
So she's doing really, really well. And so I was like, okay, yeah, this is the perfect line because it just speaks to what's happening right now. So, oh my gosh, I have another finish related to that. I was having so much fun with these eyelets, and I made a little ornament for Reba that just is the letter R. Oh, great, thank you. And I did this on some Lugana, some 32 count. So that was my gift for Reba, and that was my gift for Shelby.
I cried again. I love to cry, but this was beautiful.
That was my goal.
I'm so excited to hang it up. It's so, you started this in May?
I finished it, I started May 17th, and I finished it June 18th.
That's amazing.
Yeah, like the day of her
I don't know how you did that.
Yeah, I didn't do much else. I was away for a lot of the weekends pet sitting, so you couldn't see me. Do you want to show one, and then I'll show, 2 or 3, and then we can...
No, you can start.
Okay.
I'm enjoying this.
All
Plus,
right.
you have so many bags to show.
Oh, my God. I'll start with my bags. This is my first bag. This one... I guess I showed it in our last video. This is called New England St. Nick by the Good Huswife, out of print.
Show off.
No, just so people are where is it? eBay. This is 32 count R&R Reproductions Blackbird.
Beautiful.
Yes. I started this on a much darker fabric last couple of years ago. 2021 actually. I remember it was at my parents' kitchen table. And I really love a pattern with a dark background, but I hate stitching on dark fabric, so this is my compromise. And yeah, I'm just doing my own conversion.
Do you think you'll work on that this month for
Christmas in July? I didn't think about that. Maybe, yeah, that would be if I finish my other one. This feels like, I think for Christmas in July, I'm drawn to red and green.
Yeah.
That's my first one.
Gorgeous.
Oh,
The bag. Show them the bag. Show up close on the little ditzy floral.
Look at these little florals. And this is what I love about this. Oh no, I messed up the zipper.
It's really well constructed.
I don't know how to sew really. But the interfacing's popping out right
Don't
here.
show off
I'm
that,
not mad about it. No, I'm just this is it, but it does what it needs to do.
And it's so cute. It's really
so
just aesthetically
cute.
pleasing. And
Yes. Here's another floral. I will say I usually don't care about people's project bags, but I'm look at it.
As I get more and more into this hobby, I'm starting to care about things that I was why would you care if your project bag matched your project or the theme? And now I'm because it's fun.
Yeah.
Trying to keep that in check in terms of just consumption, but if you're making them, then that's fine.
And it's helping me learn a skill. And what I like about I like that it's a little stiff because I'm using the batting, quilt batting, and because I don't ever want to use vinyl on my bags. I just the waste, the plastic, and also I feel it could melt your stuff. I feel it's probably not good. Sticky. It's mostly just the plastic part where I'm ugh. But so I'm really happy that these are so my preference of sustainability. I have another Christmas one. It's called Nordic Holiday by Prairie Schooler. And I believe I saw this in 2020 and was oh my God. And now I'm stitching it, which is great. I'm stitching this on a 32 count Lugana.
I'm doing them all together too.
Yes, and I'm doing them all as one. So, yeah, I'm using the Klod for, and I've been just playing around with do, like, oh, I'll do all red today, or do all green today, or like, oh, I'll do one strand of green in each box, however much that ends up being. So it's just fun. The Santa and the partridge in a pear tree are done.
I love the little pears and the swirls. It's
Yeah.
just very pleasant.
Yeah, it's cute. And then I have like the Halloween one that's like tiles as well, and I'm like, I gotta see if they're the same size, because it'd be cool to just like swap them out, like have the same.
Ooh, yeah, like same display for them.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna need other seasonal ones as well.
Oh well. This bag. This is Anna's Bird by the Good Huswife. Shelby pointed out I could have done this for the strawberry moon cell. I forgot this had a strawberry on it. Mostly because
really cute strawberry.
Yeah, I just haven't looked at this since my last WIP parade, which was last summer. So stitching it on an 18 count black Aida. I hate stitching on black Aida, hence probably why this hasn't gotten any work on it. So I might restart it on a different fabric. I just think it looks so good on that background. I love the matte background and the like variegated floss. We got some choices to make about this one.
Okay, so last time I was only working on the resistance sampler and this one. So I finished resistance sampler. I kept working on this one, and I started a bunch of stuff for me. It's a bunch for me. I have 5 WIPs. 5 WIPs. That's a lot, and I think I would like to keep it around that number because I need to see progress in order to stay motivated. If I'm not seeing progress, I get really bored or I get frustrated. This is Thurza Priscilla Dawes from Hemlock and Rye Stitchery?
Yeah.
Yes, the Kansas City girl in a Colorado world.
Julie.
Yeah, Julie. Yeah. Oh, let me show my Carlie made bag.
This is my favorite
It's
one.
another one in floral, but it's so cute with the dots, and yeah, it's nice for a sampler. I think it's very classy. And I was very honored to receive a bag or two. Okay, so last time I think I only had a couple motifs in, and this, holding it up, I'm like, oh, this isn't enough, but oh, sure. But no, it's so fun. These colors, speaking of escapism, just make me so happy, and like I just keep sitting back from it and being like, oh, like it's this huge like just staring at these colors. You're gonna see like how gross my floss is, but it's just like that's only like half of them. There's 36 colors in this. It is all on called for DMC on 32 count flax. And this is also my first time stitching on linen. I'd only done Aida and Lugana before.
Yeah.
So, bam! Look how cute it is. Look, there's a little dog question mark on a sailboat. The colors that this child was up, like, what was going on? I love her. It's just like so trippy and like weird. I really wanted to do a sampler, and this is not. I'm like in this like very complex flower right now that is, it just feels, I have to tell myself like I'm just doing a puzzle. Like I love puzzles. This is just a puzzle where I'm like putting each, like, to stay sane. Like I'm not creating a flower, I'm doing a puzzle will eventually become a flower, because otherwise I will lose my mind. But I'm trying to do at least a strand on that every time I work on it, as well as a strand on the border, because that I know I don't want to do at the end. Anyway, I love this. It makes me so happy, and I feel so accomplished doing a sampler, like to be able to just like do a motif like over a day or two, and like have that, to be able to look at that and feel like, okay, I made progress and I can move on, or I can work on something else.
It's beautiful.
I feel like every time I finish a motif, I'm like, Carlie, look!
It's so fun.
Yeah.
This is a sort of patchworky kind of bag I did.
Okay, quilter.
All right, this is by Thistles. It's called Star Village, and I got it because I like the stars and a little village scene. This is on, I think, gosh, I never remember. It's on 32 or 36 count oatmeal, I want to say. Female. These are all blends I'm doing myself to match.
Ooh, I want to see.
Yeah.
Oh, gorgeous.
Yeah. So it's a mix of DMC and then some fancy floss that I've mixed in. That's
coming along. Some support in cutting it. I just cut Thurza the other day because I wanted to use by the other way, I mean yesterday, I wanted to use some of the linen because I was like, wait, I do have fabric. It's just on other projects are on it.
Yeah.
So Carlie helped me be brave.
Yeah, we worked together. It was great. I'll show. This is Ink Circles, Quaker Floral Puzzle. This was like a dream of mine to do, like before I started really stitching, and I was like, I need to get good enough so I can do this. And I'm doing it on the called for linen, which is a 36 count charcoal. There we go.
Oh, you've got good progress on that.
Oh my god, it's so pretty. Look at that. So I've made it to like the middle. Yeah, I'm doing this 1/2 for kind of a chalkboardy effect.
Oh, I really like that. That's perfect for that.
Alright, this is Quaker Gone Haunted by Michelle Ink. Somebody was showing this recently. I don't remember who.
Oh, yeah.
Who were we watching? I don't know. We've been watching a lot of FlossTube.
A lot of FlossTube.
Lots.
It's been really hot outside.
I thought you were watching FlossTube. I was like, yeah.
It's a really fun date night. It is, though. It's very cute. We're really cute. No, but it's been really hot outside. It's summer. I don't know if you heard here in the northern hemisphere. So we've been inside a bit more and stitching.
Yeah.
And watching FlossTube.
Yeah. And I guess this is a good time as any to say thank you for everybody's support of Shelby being in the last FlossTube. It was my most viewed video ever by like 300%, which is great because that's just really validating for me that I chose well. This is Quaker Gone Haunted. It is on Kunzite 32 count from Fiber on a Whim. And I am just using from Stash some Fancy Floss, some blends of DMC, mix of 1/1 and 1/2 and 2/2. Yeah.
Speaking of ink circles a minute ago, I started a bunch of these all of these projects. We took a little trip. We kept calling it a stitching retreat. It was the two of us and Reba, of course, and we're like, we're on a stitching retreat. I think it was like the same weekends as StitchCon or something, and so I started like 3 different projects. So I got to just like stitch and be in a beautiful setting and be in nature, and Reba got to run around and go on about. Okay, this is just like printed out from the digital copy that I bought, but it's very beat up because I've had it like folded inside of the bag. It's Calamity Sue and the Horse She Rode In On. I think this was like originally published in 2006 or something, and then republished in
2006 and 2021.
Yeah, 2021. I keep joking I'm gonna have a horse girl room because I have never ridden a horse. I guess I have, but
I didn't know you've never.
Okay, I've ridden a horse. I am not a horse girl in the traditional sense in terms of having like that be a hobby of mine or like being really into like books about horses as a child, etc. But I
can't relate.
I'm really into the aesthetic right now. I'm saying too much in this.
This
video.
is Calamity Sue.
It's
and
very
the horse
cute.
She rode in
Speak
on.
anyway. Who cares? Here's a cute cowgirl. I'm losing it, you guys. It's so hot outside.
It's too hot.
I have made really good progress. I think I'm very close to being done here. I think the biggest thing that's left is like this big old horse head and some stuff up here and like finishing. Well, she's missing a leg. So, working on that. This is all most of the called for DMC, but I had some other things in stash, and I was rating Carlie's stash as well. So, like, so the browns, I think, are different.
And the apple.
And the apple I did in some Fancy Floss. That's, I think that's Gentle Arts. Something for another...
Scarlet Buckeye, maybe?
Scarlet Buckeye for a different project I'll be showing you shortly. So, and which is just so cute.
Scarlet.
Buckeye Scarlet makes way more sense. I did actually switch out a good amount of this now that I'm remembering, but I got like, anyway, you get the picture. Because I wanted just like a different vibe. I wanted different colored hair. And this fabric is a 32 count. It's a Belfast linen. I don't remember the color. It's like vintage something blue. Something really, it looks like the sky. The big block stitches I think are a little frustrating to me, but then I realized I should just work on this when I'm watching TV, and then it doesn't frustrate me because Yeah, and so I'm trying to see it as calming and like something extra to do while I'm doing something else. But I think overall it's very cute, and it gets to go to my horse girl room that doesn't exist yet.
One day.
One day.
During our stitch retreat, I also had a start. When I saw this for the first time, you all know. Everybody loves this designer.
Everyone knows.
Everybody knows. Coffee and Eggs by the Artsy Housewife.
Housewife.
The Artsy Housewife. I'm doing it in most of the called for. It just reminded me of a friend of mine, and I was like, I know she's like house hunting, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna stitch this, and then when she gets her house, it'll be ready. She got a house and didn't communicate that with me. No, I was expecting that. She did get a house, so I need to finish it up, and I want to put her new address on it. But it's on a 36 count chocolate milk linen from Fabrics by Stephanie.
Beautiful.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if I've worked on this since. I worked on it a little bit after we got home, but super fun.
Chicken.
Yeah, I gotta get that chicken done.
You're almost there.
Ugh, I'm really close.
I just want her outfit so bad.
This mustard, I would love to knit you a outfit like that. Yeah, this is oh, this is a new start as well. When we were in Denver, Colorado, we went to a stitching shop, and one of the things we got was Heads Up by the Prairie Schooler, and our plan is to each of us is going to stitch 4.
Yeah, I think there's 8 of them.
Yeah, and then we're going to make a little garland with them.
Yeah, like do some bunting.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna, practice a new finishing technique.
Yes. I'm counting these both as individual finishes, but because I'm not done with all my pieces, it's also a WIP. So these are 2 that I'm working on. Oh, that's a needle in there. This is a 32 count Lugana.
Oh.
I know. It's before I had a little setup over there.
Carlie's very, conscientious of needle locations, which is important and mature, and the way that people should be with a hobby that involves like very pointy metal objects that could injure a person or animal. I am not as much, but I'm working on it.
We all have our growth areas.
Oh yeah, this guy.
Yeah, this is a new start. And this is just going to be ongoing. So at one of the craft thrift stores nearby, we found, or I found.
This was a solo trip, I believe.
Yes, it was. But I was sending pictures to Shelby, and I thought she might like this one. These are a bunch of different quilting patterns and motifs. This was like a combo inspiration from Amity from Hathaway Stitchers and Michelle from Bendy Stitchy. Amity's doing she's doing like the Love Philly, that's the Philly one, yeah. Where it's the L-O and the B. Yeah.
Yeah, it's also in Philadelphia.
Yeah, but it's
a known symbol.
Yeah. I was like, was it I Love New York? Anyway, but she's using like her scrap threads to like build out around it, so the middle is like empty, and like that's what's making it. And then Michelle had a sampler that she brings to like retreats, and she has a bunch of floss in a bag and like passes it around, and everybody like stitches a little piece on it. And she did it with I think it was a mostly monochromatic sampler, and I was like, I want a multi-color monochromatic sampler. And then I was like, oh my god, I can just do some of these quilts. So I have like, I went through all my floss and all my floss drops, and I just pulled off if there wasn't like a full strand left. This is kind of a good representation of my palette. I think this is it. It's this one. It doesn't quite look like a lot right now, but
it does though once you look at it like up close.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I think I'll make it into a project bag when it's done. Yeah, it's on a 36 count linen from Fortnite Fabric, and yeah, I'm just gonna kind of keep going.
This one, again, speaking of Artsy Housewife, I also bought this at a stitching shop in Denver. Pink Barn. I love this one, and I think it's so cute, and I love pink. So here's my plan for this guy. I started it on our retreat. It's not the most progress that has ever been made, and I just really like left thread in this because it started to piss me off. I shouldn't have started in the middle because the middle is just a block of tree, which is like can be fun, but I think was frustrating for me. I'll tell you why. Because this is 36 count fiber on a whim in kiwi. I'm like, don't even know which way this goes. It actually goes this way, I think. That makes more sense. In kiwi, which is a beautiful color. It's like even greener than it looks on camera. I am obsessed with this color.
No. Some people are like, oh, this is true to color, but no, not with it.
It's greener. It's beautiful. Yeah. It's the perfect. I really wanted to do this in green because it just wasn't speaking to me in like the more neutral. And then in the back, like sort of the computerized version that's on is in a greener color, and I was like, that's
like this.
Perfect. Yeah. As I had said earlier, I've only done like all these new starts are on linen, but they're still like my first linen projects.
And you're doing 2/2 on 36 count.
Yeah.
Which will look awesome, but that's tricky, and this is like a darker fabric than you've done so far.
Yeah, it's the darkest fabric. It's the smallest.
It's your
holes.
Like second or third.
Yeah. And it's like hard to do, turns out, especially if you don't have good lighting. I've been delegating a lot of what's like, well, this is just a daytime stitch, but like I need a better lamp.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants to send me one, if you want to sponsor me, I have 20 Instagram followers. I'm very active. I need better lighting in general. Like I need a better setup because I've like committed myself to this hobby, and I love this pattern, and so I want to do it. I just need to get in the right headspace, or maybe pick a different part of it to work on. See where I can count over from what I have. And,
yeah, you can get to the barn pretty quick.
Yeah, I get to the cow.
For the cow.
Yeah, and the cow's got a chicken on top of it, which I think is really important.
Yeah, you can't see it on the regular fabric.
Yeah, not as well, at least not in the photo, but
cow and chicken.
That's fun. I don't know how I've become this person where I'm like, farm animals, love them, but so it's called Pink Barn, and I feel that it needs to be pinker. So instead of like, it's more of a like paler, like pale coral on the model, which like in like what's called for, which I think is also very pretty, but I am gonna go for these. I think it's like medium and light mauve, like DMC. It's just gonna be a pink barn. Like it needs to be pink.
Does this also go on the horse girl wall, even though it is a cow?
Yes. I think also I've been learning as I continue stitching, like what I think is small is not, like I need to look at how many stitches by how many stitches something is, and if it's over 100, that's bigger than it's not gonna be quick.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be quick if it's under 100 either. Like I'm always like, oh, it's just like a barn and a cow and a tree and some border, but like this is a major project. Anyway, I need a better lamp, and I love this pattern, I love this fabric, and I also would like to stitch enough where I can feel comfortable cutting it, and then so I can stitch other stuff on this fabric.
It's so pretty.
It's so pretty.
This video's not doing it. It's so pale in the video. It's like limey.
Yeah. Yeah, you're jealous of this fabric even.
I love it.
Everybody loves the kiwi. Okay. That's Pink Barn. Forgot to show my other project bag from Carlie.
Wait, but show the bottom fabric.
I will.
Oh, okay.
I was keeping Calamity Sue in this, and then I put like 4 other things in this because you can only have so many project bags like before they take over your apartment. You know, I'm just waiting. I have orders in with Carlie, you know, but I'm waiting on that.
Buy me some batting.
Oh yeah, you need more batting. So this is a fabric that I had in stash, like from I think this was from my parents' house and like from my childhood. My mom must have made a blanket with it at some point. It is like ant farm. I guess it's upside down.
No.
Oh, it goes all directions.
Yeah.
But it's literally like ants on a farm, like doing farm work, and that's weird and funny to me. It's a small, special giggle that I get from this fabric.
I have a chatelaine that I'm working on that I'm not going to show because I don't want to get it out. I also have not worked on it for like 2 years, so there's no reason. It's not a UFO. Happy Top Surgery D. I've been working on unrelated to D's top surgery. I was working on what is this? Sailor's Delight by D and Quarry. It's on a 36 count linen from Fortnite Fabrics. I worked on it a lot in May. and have not worked on it lately, but
Good summer piece.
I should bring it out because you're working on Thursday, which Dee is working on as he recovers, and it'd be cool to work on this as well. And then I have another one from Dee. This is a 30 count, and I'm really proud of the progress I have on this. This is one that kind of languished for quite some time because I was not enjoying the over one stitching, but I've gotten it to a point where I'm like, okay, I figured some things out. This is a 30 count linen. I'm doing it 1/1. It's 3 little hexes from Dee's 20 Stitches and Uncanny Carlie. I have decided I officially do want the ghosts to not be filled in. My white stitching is just not bringing me joy, so I unpicked the middle ghost. There was like a chunk of him that had some fill in. I've done a lot on the planchette, and I'm learning so if I'm doing 1/1, I pull my length of floss and I cut it into 4 pieces because that is just so much more manageable and it doesn't get as twisted. But I'm super close to being done. I think I'm going to make their eyes gray. Yeah, and I would love to make this into a project bag, so.
Oh, that would be so cute.
Yeah, this fabric is so freaking pretty, and I know I've measured it a million times, and I'm like, why did I do it 1/1? Surely it could have been 2/1 or 2/2. But I don't know. I'm just trusting. I'm not going to measure it again.
It's beautiful.
It's so pretty, but I wish that they took up more of the fabric because it's so little and there's so much fabric and I don't want to lose any of it. My last one that I'll show is one that I don't think I've worked on either since the last WIP parade, but I'm inspired to because of Shelby. This is an over the garden wall piece. It's not available on Etsy anymore. I had to message the designer and I had to sign up for their Patreon to get it, but then unsubscribe based on his instructions. I don't remember who the designer is. If you want it, just leave a comment. Maybe I will respond. It is 2/2 on 32 count Lugana. There's just the little guys and their lantern. There's some more stuff over here. This gets brought out to be the beast's horns, and I just really want to work on it because I love the fall and it's so hot outside right now. Here, I'll go over here.
You're in charge of Reba.
Yeah.
This is a solo venture. Reba has needs. This does not look like much yet, but I started it last night, so I feel good about this. I wanted to get at least 50 stitches in so I could include it in this video, and Carlie said that if there's at least 50 stitches, it's a WIP. So I got more than 50 in there. This is a over the garden wall themed, one of 2 that Beast or God released on their Patreon. This one's gonna say all that's lost is revealed.
I think so.
Yes, and has acorns and leaves and imagery from the show. There's a accompanying pattern that's Into the Unknown, which is a quote from the show, that I'm gonna do on the other side of this, and I'll probably cut this in half and then have them as separate little wall hangings for Halloween. Is my goal is to have them done by then. They're super. These are actually small, accomplishable projects, unlike other things that my my brain was telling me were small and accomplishable. So I'm really excited about just to be able to work on something Halloween-y because it is, it's not Halloween yet, but it's too hot outside and it's sort of the point of summer where I check out of living in weather reality, and I'm it's gonna be October eventually. All right, so this is my last WIP. Reba's getting treats to buy her silence for this last WIP. Okay, this is Strawberry Summer by Owl Forest Embroidery. This doesn't, you don't understand how beautiful this is. This is
so pretty.
Oh, I love her so much. I started this motivated by Strawberry Moonsell, courtesy of Marjorie Maid. And everyone was doing a strawberry stitch, and I got really into it. I was just wait, I love strawberries. And then I had seen this pattern before, and I looked at Owl Forest before, but I was I I'd have to like either get their floss or like do the conversion. I for this one especially, I was like, I really wanted an over-dyed look, but I had also never stitched with over-dyed flosses before, like variegated flosses before, and was a little bit intimidated by the challenge. So this is my first foray into that. I sort of just like did my own conversion. This looks a little bit different from the model. Sorry, I'm like moving this around all over the place. From the model, it's a little bit, the greens are a little bit deeper, I guess darker, but I really like the way it's turning out, and I love getting to experiment with the variegated floss. I really, like, I did a conversion looking at photos online, basically, and then I went to our, like, local needlework shop. It's really a needlepoint shop that's really starting to carry a lot more cross-stitch supplies, but they have a large selection of floss, and so this is mostly Classic Colorworks with one Gentle Arts. That's the Buckeye Scarlet we referenced. And
What are you stitching it on?
32 count cream Belfast linen from Zweigart. And I also love this fabric, Strawberries and Cream, basically. And I'm obsessed with it, and I work on this so often, and it makes me so happy, and I'm just so delighted by it. It's teaching me a lot in terms of like what I like to stitch. Like, I don't mind block stitching if it's sort of these organic shapes, or it's if I'm using floss that has variegation and I have to be intentional about like where I place certain blocks of color, and so that's like a lot more fascinating and exciting for my brain. And I love this piece. I love like all of the they have like a bunch of other like berry summer pieces that I want to do, but yeah, I'm in on Owl Forest now. Definitely going to do that cucumber pickle one next, because the world has convinced me to do it. Is that our WIP parade, Reba?
I think so. Ugh. I'm here too. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you again, everybody, for watching the last one with Shelby. She feels so welcome, I think.
I do. Thank you so much. And thank you, all of you, for just making good, entertaining floss tubes that Reba also really loves. They calm her down.
Yeah, we got to turn on. We haven't watched Catherine and Victoria lately, but.
Oh, yeah, we got to watch one of those.
Our queen.
Oh, we love
We want to be Catherine when we grow. No, I want to be Catherine now.
Yeah, you're getting there. Just really enjoying and like watching people's, getting insights into people's lives and their stitching. And I'm also really obsessed. I know everyone is, but I need to say this. So the thread gremlins, I feel like it's just like really stalking from afar. They are so funny to me. There is just like something special about
the way they talk.
That is most pleasing to me. Just really enjoying a lot of stuff.
Who else?
Annie at Exo Needle in the Hay. I think there's another Exo at the end. I always just like start singing Needle in the Hay when I see your username. But really enjoyed your first couple videos, and I like the projects that she stitches on are so, like, I love them so much, and they're very much, in line with my taste. So excited to watch. And now she's like blowing up and like doing everything. So, who have you been enjoying?
Well, we watch all the same ones together.
I know, but maybe you enjoy some more than I do.
Yeah, no, I think similarly, Catherine, Nithya, oh my gosh, there's just so many. Cam.
Oh yeah, we love Cam Stitcher and Marjorie.
VeggieStitches, Stephanie. I don't know. Oh, yeah, Julie and Stitches I just started watching. Oh, yeah. I was like, I heard about her because she's part of the Needle Minders. Oh, yeah, and Miriam. Love Miriam. And just started watching Julie, and she had, like, shouted me out at one point. Yeah. And I was like, oops, sorry.
No,
but thank
Carlie's
you.
back. Carlie's back. And I'm,
Shelby's helping.
Carlie is not a social media person, and I really respect that, and I think it's very good for everyone involved. All right, Reba, are we done?
Done.
Bye.
Our regular hair check.
The volume. Hi, everybody.
Oh, are you going to do it?
I don't know.
You should do it.
I don't know what we say. So this is teaching me. That could be edited out, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Edit point. I'm not sure what I was waiting for. Oh. You may have noticed an edit point. Just kidding. Edit point. I know a lot of things, but they aren't all coming out of my mouth. Can't see my legs. No, I guess then you just... It's gonna be okay.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. That's okay. I just love your gasps.